Hey, it's Keith from Outlaw Speed Shop, and this is part two of my drift pickup build. Sorry I couldn't get to this yesterday. I've been in and out of the emergency room with some abscess tooth issues, so if I sound a little funny, it's only because I'm hopped up on antibiotics and painkillers. So here's a brief recap of what I did in the last one. Alright, so I left off with the body being primered white and sanded, then I reprimered it. I've got this silver blue metallic. I used it on a Dodge Charger before, the General Lee replica I did, or sort of a replica. So I'm going to use it again, so I'm mixing it with some 4030 Balancing Clear, but I'm going to add some black. But I ended up adding a little bit more black than I wanted to, because it wouldn't come out, and then when it did, it came out with more than just a little drop, which is all I wanted as a tint. But it worked out for the best because it actually gave me a nice, really deep gunmetal color with a little bit of a blue tint to it, just slightly, which is really nice. So since I'm kind of redoing my concoction here just to get it to the right color that I'm looking for. And it's hard to tell in the cup, especially with the metallics. But it worked out really well, actually. Kind of happy with the color. It's a little darker than what I imagined at first, but it actually worked out, I think, better in my opinion anyways. And if you watched the first episode, you kind of saw what a hassle this thing was for me. This is definitely way outside my wheelhouse as far as everything from imagination to what it's really supposed to be. In the end, I mean, yeah, it's a drift pickup, but it's more just kind of a hot rod, I guess, because that's my roots, and I tend to go, whether I intentionally do it or not, I end up going back to it. But this paint goes on really, really nice. I had a good time putting this on. The only thing I got to do is I got to get a different compressor. I got a big pancake compressor, and I think I'm getting some water in my lines, even though I have a filter and a regulator. I'm using some of my Testors paint that I bought a couple years ago. I'm just trying to use it up. I usually use Citadel for this step. I'm going with the gloss red for the seat. And I'm just trying to bring out the highlights in the, just again, it's very, very subtle. If you'll remember, the wheels have a red ring around the outside edge, so I'm just kind of tying it in together with just a little bit of red on the seat itself, just to make it pop a little bit. Then I'm going to take my silver fine, well, semi-fine tip Sharpie and do the door handles. And this is all before I clear coat. Try to do all this. Sometimes I forget I clear coat and I got to go back after. So lately I've been pretty good about remembering. And the silver Sharpie seemed to work pretty good. I don't tend to screw it up as much. I have a little bit more control. Just more of a custom to holding a pen. Now I'm taking just a dab of black and I'm going to mix it in some of the white just to give, so it's not bright white for the headlights. I've been kind of playing around with some different things. Every car I do, I've been doing a little bit differently, just trying to find that right look for headlights, so it's not obnoxious. This was pretty close, but I probably will still continue to tweak because I'm never happy. But the black mixed with the white gives it just it's not gray in any way, shape, or form, but just kind of mutes the white a little bit. So for the exhaust, I've got this Firewire. I do electrical during the day. fire alarm systems and control panels for machinery and stuff like that. But I've got this fire alarm wire, which I believe is 18-2 fire wire, and it's not stranded, it's a hard wire, solid. So once you strip it, you end up with the red and the black. And I'm using the black, so it's technically a piece of black 18 gauge solid copper wire. And I'm going to use this for my exhaust. And because of the way the body sits on the chassis, this is just a horrible casting. I was going to put a motor in it and all this other stuff, even though you'd never see it. There's just no room with the angle at the, it's kind of like a V in the front. So, but the good thing about this stuff is it's very, very pliable, but it's stiff at the same time, so you can pretty much form it however you want. Then I'm going to take 4 pieces and I'm going to put it into this silver. I'm just going to cut a little tip off for an exhaust tip, like a collector. It worked out really, really well. I can't wait to use it on a motor you're actually going to see. So I'm going to clear it. This is the automotive clear that I've been buying. I bought it once and it'll probably last me a lifetime. So now, because of the way everything is, again, I can't really put a motor in there. So I'm just going to put a little dab of glue on the cutouts that I did on the fenders in the running boards, and I'm just going to place it in there so you'll see the exhaust tip plus the 4 pipes technically going into the collector. It still looks good, plus it fills the gap. Came out actually pretty good. I actually like doing this. It's a tight fit with 4 18s into the aluminum tube, but just got to work at it a little bit. It goes in, so hopefully coming up soon I'll be able to do an exposed engine where I can really highlight it. And then I put the scoop back on just because I needed to, and I decided before I wasn't going to do anything with it. It's just a matter of assembly. It goes together really well. The grill sits in the front, and then the black base, or the plastic base screws into the plastic interior piece. So there's really not a lot holding it on there, but that's the way it is from the factory. So, but it goes together really well. It fits, it snaps, and it doesn't come apart. So, as usual, I've been trying to show some coming soons. I've got two projects on deck right now. I've got a replica Camaro of one I had when I was in El Paso, and then I've got this childhood Stutz Blackhawk that I'm working on, and I also have a Charger coming up as well. This is what I started with, and the final reveal. Again, it's not too drifty, I guess is the word. I don't know what the kids are saying these days, but this is my faux attempt at a drift truck that's more of a muscle truck, but I still like it, so this is what it is. I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm sorry I'm a little under the weather, but I wanted to get this out today, no matter what. And that's it. Thank you guys for tuning in so much. I appreciate everything. I'll catch you on the next one.